Chilling.
Good game for you. How did it feel in general, and to kind of assert yourself there on the scoring side?
No, I felt good. Definitely a bounce back game. My shoulder feels a lot better than it did the first game. I tweaked it the day before the game in the scrimmage that we had. So, I was kind of playing hesitant the first day, but, I just had a lot of treatment, a lot of Advil. So, shook back. So, glad we got the win, though. That was really the most important thing. We're 2-0, and I feel like that's the most important thing going into the next game.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Looked like kind of both games, it was kind of bothering you a little bit. The shoulder, is it?
It wasn't.
Some maintenance.
It wasn't today really until I fell.
Okay.
There's a little bit, but definitely the first game it was the day before, so it was just a small tweak. But that's part of having shoulder surgery.
So nothing out of the ordinary.
No. Ever since I had the surgery, it'll have its episodes where it'll hurt a few days, and unfortunately for the first game, it happened the day before, so it's fresh. So.
Is it always the same type of pain, like same location?
Yeah.
Thing?
So that's why I don't even worry about it. I just have to deal with the pain as it comes, and like I said, just take a lot of treatment, a lot of Advil. I was good. So.
Was there a different approach to you to this one? Obviously shoulder being what it was, but looked like you were really trying to get into it offensively with the shot.
All the coaching staff, they just told me to be aggressive. But the first game, like I said, I wasn't really being aggressive, taking good shots. I was taking, iffy shots and stuff. So just let the game slow down. I felt confident with my shoulder going into the day. So gave me the confidence just to do what I do. So.
How much is it still kind of a work in progress, knowing that they're relying on you solely as a point guard, and then also trying to pick your spots out there on the offensive end?
Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. I feel like today I did a lot better. I don't know how many turnovers I had, but I feel like I did a lot better, initiating the offense. So, it's just reps really is all you need to learn, and glad I'm getting them here.
How you feel running that pick and roll game, specifically working off of Max?
Max is nice. Max is nice. Maxine, he's nice. I love playing with good bigs, skilled bigs. So Max is nice. Yeah.
What about Neek, the other rookie? How you feel playing with him?
Crazy thing, me and Neek knew each other since Colorado, because we both played AU against each other growing up, like basically our whole AU life. So it's just great to see him doing what he does. I'm glad he had a great game today, showing why he was the right pick for us, and just happy he's my teammate. So.
Is this game different then than it is now in any way?
What do you mean?
In terms of what he was doing when you knew him back then to where, yeah.
Just grew up. Everybody grows up, so that's all it is to it. Just growing up, body changes, so obviously more bouncy, able to get to the rim a little easier, shoot. So.
How was this experience for you compared to last year, where you weren't obviously able to do much but be around the guys?
Yeah, it's a great experience. Like I said, just getting reps, preparing me for the regular season. So, having a great time out here. Just my family, my pops is here, friends. So just having a great time,
What have you made of the brand of basketball, and just trying to get just the brand of basketball that Summer League is, kind of a sort of chaotic basketball going on there, but still trying to find your moments to improve?
It's a lot of people who are fighting for spots. It's not just for the team you're playing on. My pops, funny enough, I think he played with the Mavericks in his summer league, but he got picked up by the Heat, so you never know who's watching. So everybody's out there competitive, playing hard, and that's the best basketball you can ask for. So.
Going back to you and Neek, do you see similarities between your guys' games? Like he's getting a bunch of boards too, and I'm curious, I guess, if it has anything to do with being from the same similar place.
I'll let y'all decide that. That's my dog though, but I'll let y'all decide comparisons and all that. I don't compare myself to anybody, but Neek is very good.
Not a lot of lead guards in the NBA can exert as much defensively and be that locked down on that end, and then also produce, offensively. Do you think it's a lot of a mental thing, or is it just your conditioning? What do you think allows you to be so good on defense?
There's definitely a want and a will. I take pride in locking down who I'm guarding personally, and I know my capability on offense. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just what you work on. I don't just work on offense. I work on defensive slides. I work on reaction things. Like I do a lot of stuff to keep up with, my defensive stuff as well. So it's not just an offensive workout into my workout.
You talked about message to Providence fans tuned in watching you.
What happened?
Providence fans who came to watch you tonight.
Oh yeah, go Friars.
Last one. You talked a little bit about Max Erdy, but I noticed he's pretty vocal out there. What's kind of just stood out to you from his game so far?
Yeah, a lot of time I feel like he's speaking in French, but nah, he's definitely vocal. Nah, I'm just playing. He's vocal. He calls out the screens early. He lets us know to go under. He's a great teammate. He motivates us, and I love playing with him. So glad he's with us as well. Somebody
Learned any French from him?
Je n'ai pas parlé français.
Coming into year 2 for you, obviously, just kind of what's your mindset been coming into this? How you feel like today went?
I feel like today went well, for the most part. I know a couple quarters throughout the game it was kind of going down a little bit, like the energy. But just got to keep reminding each other, just bring the energy when you come off the bench. And so I feel like that's what I know that second group did for sure, mostly. So.
And what's Dip's message been to you about what he wants to see on a nightly basis?
I'm just staying aggressive, being ready, catching shoots, so just 0.5 decisions. So.
It's early, but it seems like the Rooks are already kind of meshing well with the team. What have you liked from their game so far?
Just their aggressiveness. I know that's something they're being told as well, so that's something they have to do. But they're also communicating well, with everybody. So I like to see that out of the rookies.
How different does this experience feel from last year?
A lot better. I know coming in what to expect and what to do. So I know, me individually what I need to do to try to help myself, and as a team what to do to help each other. So.
Where do you feel like that happened, that occurred? I mean, was it any point during the season, them telling a role of you? Last year, was it just kind of thrown to the fire?
Yeah. I had some, the expectations on what I needed to do, just how to stay on the court. So it was kind of more organized and what I need to do to be able to play. So.
Here you are 2-0. Maybe what's something about this team that you didn't know going in?
I don't know. I feel like because the little training camps we had, what we were doing in the training camps translate to, during the games, us communicating, us, focusing on defense and, energy. I feel like during the training camps that translated to here, so, it was pretty good.
What did you think of Devin, obviously getting off to a hot start tonight?
Yeah, I know he had, a rough game in the first debut. Definitely was focused in and locked in on this game, so, I'm proud of him for that, and, he's just doing his thing.
You were here with Isaac Jones last year. How has he grown from last year to this year?
Yeah, he's grown a lot. I'm excited to see him getting that standard contract, and I feel like he deserves it. He worked hard for it. Was always in the gym with Dip, so I feel like he deserves it.
Is that motivating for you to see him?
Oh yeah. Not even only him, just future. Seeing Keon do it, seeing other guys from other teams do it, I feel like I could do it myself as well. So just trying to prove that.
Sure. What do you feel like you need to improve or prove in order to get that?
Just staying aggressive. Offensively, I know defensively it's been strong for me, a strong go-to thing that I have. So offensively, I feel like being aggressive, being able to make 0.5 decisions.
Have you been able to do anything fun in Vegas?
I'm kind of, I say I'm a foodie, so I would try to go, try some restaurants out in Las Vegas and just hang with teammates or staff.
Have you tried one that you liked already? Yeah,
Not yet.
Sure?
Probably Sunday, tomorrow.
Okay,
So.
we'll check in with you.
Favorite food? Soul food, hibachi, one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
What were you kind of looking at reviewing the film in game 1 and wanted to see cleaned up here, and how you feel it went?
Just we track to make them feel us, basically how much we pick up. My goal is 80%, and it was 59% last game. I'm not sure what it is this game. I don't think it's that good, but it did pick up at certain times in the game, especially when our bench got on. But we got to push that 59 to 80.
Yeah, obviously basketball is a game of runs, but this almost feels a little bit on the extreme side of that. I guess, do you agree with that, and what do you think could be causing that?
Yeah, it was just our starters got a little focused up on the offensive end. I thought our bench did a great job with the defensive end. I'm just trying to get them back in that mindset, a defensive mindset. And they did. They found it throughout the game. but we just got to sustain it longer.
And obviously a big game for Devin, bouncing back from game one. How do you feel like his aggression helped with that tonight?
Yeah, no, Devin was great. He was aggressive. He hunted shots. He got to the paint. He made great plays as well. I thought he did a great job.
Do you like that when he's, like you mentioned, hunting shots, especially coming off of maybe a poor shooting night the previous game?
Yeah, I just thought game one, like even himself, like everyone's got to let it fly. Like we're crashing for a reason. That ball's going to go in the air. We're going to get the ball back, But I believe in all of them. I have a lot of confidence in their shots. So like if it's open, you shoot it.
Can it be a tough thing for him, especially when he's adjusting to being a sole point guard, to also try to find spots for him to get those shots up?
And he's finding it. It's tough because he can score, he can get downhill, but he's also setting up guys as well. And he's going to find it. He's going to keep getting better game by game. But I love what I'm seeing right now.
Overall, 2-0. I know people make summer league is what it is, but for you guys it means something. Just what do you make of just your team overall through the first 2 games?
I think they're continuing to build that identity. It's game 2, game 3 is going to get better, game 4 is going to be better, and we just keep focusing on that. The defensive mindset and our identity, the outcome would take care of itself, and that's what I'm really harping on.
You called Nick a jack of all trades the other day. I think we saw it tonight, but especially on the boards. What do you feel like makes him impactful there, and how big is that to have a wing that can get
he's really good at pursuing the rebound, and it really helps us because now we can run. Because he can handle, because he's a jack of all trades, and he can pass. So it's really helpful when he rebounds. Now he can push, and you see in transition he's going. IJ gets a great run to the corner, and now he's got all this open space to think, okay, it's the defender backing up. I shoot it, and he did. He get a 3. If he's pressing up, we'll go right by him, go to the rim because it's wide open. And that's what his rebounding does for him.
Speaking of his passing, it seems like he had some really nice passes tonight. A few weren't so great. What are you looking for from him in that aspect of his game, like just from a process perspective? What are you looking for out of his passing?
For his passing is just making the right play. If he consistently makes the right play, he's good. So it's not just passing. It's like he's got to look at the rim. He's got to attract the low man. He's got to attract the help. And then from there, he makes the read. It might be score, It's not really just about passing. It's more about making the right read.
I don't know if you're able to shed any light on, but every day you're meeting with, Doug, Scott, stuff like that. Just what's maybe the common thread of the feedback that you're hearing from them?
Just keep going, keep building the identity. That's what our key message is. Like, make the main thing, and the identity, the defensive mindset is the identity. And they're just encouraging me to continue doing that.
It's been your challenge to Isaac Jones this summer.
It's difficult because he's played a lot of 5 in the G League last year, and I told him that for you to really contribute at a high level in the NBA, you got to play the 4. So there's a couple of things that he needs to do that he's not used to in terms of spacing, shooting the corner 3, which he hit one today. When I thought that was great, I'm encouraged by those actions. Sprinting to the corner, I thought he did a great job of that as well. And then defensively, just being more up so that when he switches on these smaller guards, he can contain them a little bit. And if he can do that, he's gonna be a really good player in this league.
Can you? Is there anything you can share with us on Devin's shoulder? He was talking about how it kind of bothered him the first game and was a little bit better today. Do you know about the maintenance with that? Is this just kind of something he'll be dealing with kind of moving forward, or?
There's nothing really I'm aware of. He's able to play. Probably a medical question.
Okay.
Couple more.
Good.
Sweet.
Wow. Nice.
Thank you.
Love it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you guys.